In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 things you need to do if you've had an affair. If you find yourself in a situation where you've cheated on your spouse and it's creating, of course, hopefully a lot of turmoil within yourself, but even within your marriage, and it's been exposed and it's out there, then this is a video to at least help you get started on what are you supposed to do from here. So this video is about talking to the person that has had the affair and the 5 really important things you need to do right away. The first thing you need to do is you need to go talk to someone. Talk to a pastor, a trusted friend, a counselor, marriage mentor. Talk to somebody about the situation. Start being honest about how you got to where you are. What were the actions and the things that preceded the decision you made to actually have an affair? And start being honest about where you are, where you've been, and where you are today. The more you talk about it, the more you get more insight and advice from other people, the clearer you're going to think. Because right now you're in a place of, I'm sure, a lot of emotion about giving your heart to somebody else, emotion about breaking the heart of your spouse, the emotion of feeling the guilt and the shame of the decisions that you've made. And the more you talk about it, the more you're going to get your thoughts clearly in order to start making the right kind of decisions that you need to make. So the first thing is talk to someone. The second thing, make sure you're taking ownership of your mistakes. When you're talking to your trusted friend, pastor, marriage mentor, whoever that person is, make sure that you are taking ownership of your own choices and the mistakes that you've made. I think it's really important that even though emotions are running high, and even though when we make mistakes, we always want to self-preserve and we want to make justifications for the choices and the decisions that we make, this isn't the time for you to be thinking about, well, what was my spouse doing wrong? What was so broken in the marriage? And this is why I did what I did. This isn't about putting blame on anything or anyone else. Right now, your biggest task is to take ownership of the fact that your choices, your thinking, your attitude, your feelings led you to make the decisions that you've made that have put you in the position that you're in today, feeling terrible, feeling burdened, feeling confused, and not sure what to do. But it's important for you to be in the phase right now of thinking about you take ownership of the choices that you made, that your spouse did not force you into having an affair. Nobody made you do anything. The third party involved here didn't make you do anything. You made choices and opened yourself up to that. And it's good for you to be honest about that right here in the now as you're starting this process of what do I do now that this affair is out there? So that leads you right into step number 3, which is really about starting to make some hard decisions. As you're taking ownership, as you're talking and processing where you are right now, it's important to think about what are the decisions that I need to make. And hopefully you recognize that no major decisions should be made in the immediate when emotions are really high and you're really confused, but you need to start making the hard decisions of recognizing you need to remove any of the noise around and recognize that you need to get just in a quiet place of seeking good, healthy counsel and thinking about, do I want to save my marriage? So start thinking about, am I ready to end it with this other person? Where am I? What do I need to do right now? And think about some of those hard decisions that you're going to have to make. That's going to be disappointing to one person or to 2 people. Disappointing and hard even for yourself, but you need to start taking some action steps and start thinking about, what do I do from here? What do I do today that gets me to tomorrow to start making some of those hard decisions about where am I going? What direction am I going to go? Which then really leads to the 4th step. That is, you need to break it off with the other person. I think for the sake of your marriage, for your own sake, there's going to be no value to continuing a relationship that's been outside of the confines of your marriage, that's been inappropriate and wrong. I don't think it's going to be helpful to you to really be able to think hard about the decisions that you want to make and what your intentions are and what your heart's really thinking if you're still pursuing relationship with that person. I mean, obviously, probably the state of your marriage right now is it's pretty broken and your spouse is probably putting up some boundaries and feeling very hurt by you. And so the marriage isn't in a great place at this moment. But if there's any chance for you to save your marriage, then certainly removing that third party is an obvious step that needs to happen. And even just for yourself and your own heart and mind to really be thinking clearly, You need to remove that person from your life. I hope you can receive that. I know that's hard probably to hear, and you hate to hurt people's feelings, but the truth is you need to remove all noise from your life right now, and the third party needs to be removed. You have been in a relationship with someone that wasn't your spouse. So that's choices that you've made, and you need to deal with that. And removing that person and that relationship and taking a break from that is really important for you to have any chance to decide what direction you want to go. And that's why this last step is really important, to seek the truth. And hopefully, if you're listening to this video, I hope you care about God's opinion. I hope that you want to go to the Bible, that you reach out to a pastor or trusted friend with a biblical worldview that would say that having an affair is wrong and that doesn't honor God. And what does honor God is that you fight for your marriage, that you come back to your spouse and you say, I have wronged you. I am so sorry. There was no excuse for what I did, and I want to fix it. And I want to earn your trust back. And there's so many things that go into making that decision, but marriages can come back and be healthier and stronger after an affair. So hope is not lost here. But I hope that you're in a place where you want to seek the truth. I hope that you're able to say, even though emotionally I'm so confused and I think I might love this other person, but I love my spouse, and all these emotions that are going around, that you stop, that you remove the noise, that you seek the truth, and that you let God's word lead the way. That you don't just go on your feelings and say, I don't want to stay in that marriage. There were problems with it. I'm having more fun over here. That you're able just to say, you know what? It doesn't really matter even what my feelings are. I need to let God's word lead the way. So seek God's truth and let that come into your heart through your trusted friend, through your pastor, through the marriage mentor, and really let God lead you through this. Because like I said, there is hope for your marriage. Your marriage can be saved. Hopefully your spouse would be open to that. But these are the important steps that you need to take as the person that had the affair just in the immediate, to make sure that you get yourself ordered in such a way that you can make some good, clear decisions, that you're not just flying by the seat of your pants here and letting your emotions run the gamut and make the decisions for you, because you're going to be all over the place. So slow down, talk to some people, remove that third party from your life for now, seek God's truth, and let some time happen here so you can make some of those hard decisions, and hopefully at the end want to honor God with how you move through this part of the process.